Let the assembly say, praise Yahweh. At this time, I ask that we all stand as we go into prayer. Abba Yahweh, we told you for bringing us down the roadway safely to your house. Abba Yahweh, continue to look over your people and watch over them. Send your Malachim and watch over your people and any amount of trouble or dangers they may be in. Yahweh, have them to look over us and see us through all those dangers. Abba Yahweh, look over those that may be sick at this very hour. Yahweh, touch them in a way that their sickness go right away. And when they realize that they are better and stand tall, have them to praise you, Abba Yahweh, because it was because of you that all these things have been done. Abba Yahweh, continue to look over your people near and far, those that are under your name at this very hour. Yahweh, continue to strengthen your people through whatever they may have to go through in this lifetime. Continue to be with your people in such a way that they know that when they cry out to you, you will answer them. Abba Yahweh, have us to be in a prayerful state of mind at all times. Abba Yahweh, have us not to forget you, but to remember you and all the things that you have done for us throughout our lifetime. Yahweh, continue to help us to grow in this way of life. Yahweh, have your word continue to dwell within us so we may be able to walk that straight and narrow path to salvation and not go to the right or to the left, but stay in that path and not stray. And stay in that path and take great delight in your ways. Have us not to be rebellious. Have us not to reject you, but have us to have you all the days of our lives. And Yahweh, we told you for your son and what he has done, and we continue to walk in his footsteps. In Yahshua HaMashiach's name we pray. Hallelujah, Yahweh. House of Yisrael, you may be seated. How's everybody doing this evening? Praise Yahweh. Another day that Yahweh has given us to praise his Kodesh name. This evening I want to talk on a little bit about the times that are coming. If you notice, the last couple or so weeks, that's what we've been teaching on. The times are going to get more and more harder for Yisrael. It's not going to get better until it gets worse first. So we can't walk this way of life and think we're going to get to the better things and not go through all the trials and tribulations first. That's what we have to go through. So, but there's a thing Yisrael can rejoice about, because as the title of the message this evening, so Yahweh has given Yisrael everything they need in order to gain salvation. Yahweh is instilled all the things that you need in order to make it. So there's no question about it. It's your destiny, Yisrael, to inherit that kingdom. But all we had to do is be obedient unto Yahweh, and those things will be given unto you. Saying that, you have everything you need to gain salvation. On that note, so we have to wake up. We have to be alert and know what time it is. Yahweh is showing us that these times are getting more and more evil in this lifetime, and we are in the last days. So we have to be aware of those times, and we have to prepare our souls for those times. A lot of people in this world going to be caught off guard. because they not what he said, Shema, hear the word of Yahweh. They're not paying attention to what Yahweh is telling us. They just going about business as usual. But Yahweh is preparing his people. So when times come, when the wrath come to this earth, when times start getting worse and worse, time of Jacob's trouble, then you will be ready for it because you already been taught these things. He gives Yisrael different signs to pay attention to, so we know what time it is. But like I said, a lot of people are not where you are at, and you should be glad that Yahweh has showed you these things, just because those days are going to be very dark. I'm not going to stand up here and say, yeah, these days are going to be easy. It's going to be a breeze. Oh, it's going to be hard for Yisrael. But guess what? You have Yahweh on your side, and as long as you stay with him, he will not forsake you. You have to believe in that. That's what Yahweh wants you to do, is believe in him. And he has showed Yisrael time and time again that he is with them. So there's no reason that we need to walk away from Almighty Yahweh. Because like I said, times are going to get so hard, we're going to need Yahweh. We can say we can get through this on our own, but Yahweh is the one that's going to save us out of all these things. So let's go to 1 Peter. This is very important. One little verse in 1 Peter chapter 4. Starting at verse 7. It says, the end of all things is near. Therefore be clear-minded and self-controlled so that you can pray. See, that is important to praying, Yisrael. Don't ever give up praying, thinking Yahweh is not going to hear you. If you are doing his will, he hears you and he will answer. It says be self-controlled. Control. Don't let the flesh take over, Yisrael. You have to be controlled. Control yourself. You can control yourself if you want to. A lot of people, they say, oh, I can't control myself in different things, aspects of life. But you can do it if you put your mind to it. If you put Yahweh first, you can control yourself and do his will. But like I said, it's the importance of praying, fasting. Those things are very helpful. Throughout the scriptures, you see the prophets, different messengers, they went to your Almighty Yahweh. They prayed. They cried out to Almighty Yahweh. And Yahweh forsake them. No, Yahweh was with them. Every time they cried out to him, he answered them. So he can do the same thing for you, Yisrael, as long as you are obedient. He will answer you. And it says, doesn't it say men are always to pray and not to faint? So we can't fake every little trial that comes our way. Everything that comes up against us, we can't give up. Let's go to Luke 18. That shows you what I'm talking about. The Yahweh is a faithful Elohim. Luke 18, it says, then Yahshua told his disciples a parable to show them that they should always pray and not to faint. He said, in a certain town there was a judge who neither feared Yahweh nor cared about men. And there was a widow in the town who kept coming to him with the plea, grant me justice against my adversary. For some time he refused, but finally he said to himself, even though I don't fear Yahweh or care about men, yet because this widow keeps bothering me, I will see that she gets justice, so that she won't eventually wear me out with her coming. Now, you know that was nothing but Yahweh. So that man that He didn't fear Yahweh. He didn't care nothing about Yahweh or who she was serving. But Yahweh made that man recognize her and give her justice. And it says, and Yahshua said, listen to what the unjust judge says. And will not Yahweh bring about justice for his chosen ones who cry out to him day and night? See that? That's what he's talking. He said he's not going to forsake you. As long as you are with him, he will take care of you. He will answer your prayers. And it says, I tell you, he will say that they get justice and quickly. See that? He's not going to take his time. He's not going, okay, they serving me, they faithful, but I'm going to take my time and do it when I feel like it. No. Yahweh says he's going to do it quickly. It even says, while you are yet speaking, he answers. Come on, you formulating a prayer to Almighty Yahweh, and Yahweh says, okay, it is done. Just because you are faithful to me, I will be there for you. And that's what he wants you to do. He wants you to cry out to him. Times are going to get hard. He knows that you need him. You can't go to the world and ask for help. They don't like Yisrael. They always come up against Yisrael. So what sense does it make to go to the world for help? The only one that you can go to for help is Yahweh. Let's go to the book of Romans. It's Romans chapter 13. Verse 11 says, and do this, understanding the present time. The hour has come for you to wake up from your slumber, because our salvation is nearer now than when we first believed. See, it's coming to a close, Israel. It's coming near and near, and you can feel even the time moving faster and faster. These days are going by quicker and quicker. They says, understand, come out of this slumber. A lot of people, they just go about their business like it's just a day, just another day, and not being aware of the times that are coming. Like I said, we have to be aware or we're going to be caught off guard. And we can't wait till the last minute and then be in trouble and then want to come to Almighty Yahweh when we didn't serve him from the get-go. He's not going to come to us then. We have to serve him while we have the time now. Now it says the night is nearly over. The day is almost here. So let us put aside deeds of darkness and put on the armor of light. Yahshua HaMashiach is light of the world. So he was all righteousness. That was right there, or that light that the world say aura, this light that surrounds somebody, that right there, that's that light that you want to be in. Yahshua HaMashiach, that righteousness. When you in darkness, doing deeds of darkness, you just sinning, you with Shaitan. You just doing every will that he says. But when you're doing the will of Almighty Yahweh, you are walking in light, Israel. Like that song that we sing here, walking in light. That song, it's a beautiful song, but it shows you that's what we have to walk in if we want to make it to see salvation. Salvation, Yahshua HaMashiach. Let's go to, I'm going to go to 2 Peter. Second Peter chapter 3. It says, dear friends, this is now my second letter to you. I have written both of them as reminders to stimulate you to wholesome thinking. See, when you looking in the eyes of Almighty Yahweh, you don't have any evilness coming in your mind. Any wicked thoughts coming in your mind. You think just like Almighty Yahweh. I want you to recall the words spoken in the past by the Kodesh prophets and the command given by Yahweh through your apostles. Focus on that. It says, recall the words spoken in the past. See, we can't go away from things that prophets and messengers have said in this Torah. Want to do new things. A lot of people, they want to hear new things. Make up something new to liven it up. No, we got to stick strictly to what Yahweh says in this Torah. That's how we get in trouble. That's how we have the false prophets. They stand up, they give you these new things, and you get all excited, but they taking you off the path. And that's not what we want to do. We want to stay on that path. Let's go to speaking of the path. I'm going to come back, but I'm going to go to Jeremiah or Jeremiah speaking on that path. This is Jeremiah 6. Six 16 says, stand at the crossroads and look. As for the old path, that's where the tubway is, and walk in it, and you will find rest for your souls. See that? Stay in the path that Yahweh has laid out for you. Don't try to get on another path, because that path is going to lead you somewhere you don't want to be. But the path that Yahweh lays out, that path is going to lead to salvation. So that's what he's trying to tell people. Do stick to the old things that the prophets has taught you. All the things that the Torah has said to do. Now it says back at 2 Peter 3:3, it says, first of all, you must understand that the last days scoffers will come. They're going to mock and follow their evil desires. You can see that in this day. You walking in the way of Yahweh, you just want to do his will, and you always have somebody that want to mock you, ask you why you following the Jews' way of life, why you doing this, doing that. That's what the world's going to do to you, Israel. But it says, they will say, where is this coming? He promised. That's how the world is. They keep doing their thing. The world thinks, okay, I'm going to continue to do what I do, and Yahweh ain't coming to this earth. Yahweh ain't going to bring no wrath to the earth. They think they want to continue this to the very end. But Yahweh is going to bring this to an end and show the world that he wasn't playing. The things in this Torah have to take its course. See, the things, he ain't going to bring it sooner. He ain't going to bring it later. He's going to bring it right when he says he's going to bring it. But all these things in the Torah have to take place first. And then the end will come. So you can't just overlook different prophecies and say, okay, different things are not going to happen. No, Yahweh is going to bring this to a close, and is going to bring it the way the Torah says. Now, we can't lose heart. We can't lose focus and say, okay, yeah, we in this state for so long. Yeah, where is this coming? Is he really going to come? No, you can't talk like that, Yisrael. Like I said at the beginning, you have to believe that he's coming to redeem you. And it has to run its course. You can't rush it. You don't want to rush it, like we always say, because that day is going to be darkness, nothing but darkness. And he's not going to be playing with this earth. Now it says, ever since our fathers died, everything goes on as it has since the beginning of creation. But they deliberately forget that long ago, Yahweh's word, the heavens existed and the earth was formed out of water and by water. By these waters also, the world of that time was deluged and destroyed. See, they don't want to go back. That happened. See, yeah, when Yahweh said something was going to happen, it happened. But they focus on here and now. Oh, he ain't gonna come back. You know, forget what happened back then. He ain't gonna come back and bring his wrath. Keep thinking like that. It says, by the same word, the present heavens and earth are reserved for fire, being kept for the day of judgment and destruction of the unrighteous man. See? But people still don't believe Yahweh is coming. He still, okay, he ain't gonna come and destroy us. Keep thinking that. But like I said, the world's gonna be caught off guard. And when he does come, he say he come like a thief in the night, right? People ain't gonna be aware of what's going on until it's too late. But like I said, we have to be aware of all these things. Let's go to Jeremiah. I'll come back to that. Sorry, Yisrael. I'm going to go to the book of Job. And I want to bring to attention what I just said about we have to be aware that Yahweh is going to redeem us. And that just brought back to mind. I want to show you, you know, what Job had to endure. All the things that he had to endure following Almighty Yahweh. But did he give up? No, he went through those things because he knew Yahweh was going. Yahweh made him a promise. And he trusted in Almighty Yahweh. And we can be strengthened through what he went through. But this is confidence right here, what Job says. He says, in chapter 19. Job 19:25. Going through what he had to go through and saying this is strength right here. This says, I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand upon the earth. And after my skin has been destroyed, yet in my flesh I will see Yahweh. I myself will see him with my own eyes, I and not another. How my heart yearns within me. See that? He trusted in Yahweh, knowing he had the sores on his body. He had to go through the different things because the time was attacking him. But he knew after all those things, he was going to see Yahweh face in peace. See that, Yisrael? That should give us strength, knowing we haven't even been through anything that he has gone through. But that should give us strength, knowing, okay, we're going through different trials and tribulations right now. Things are coming up in the future up against us. But just know, okay, if we endure this, Yahweh is going to see us through that and show us and bring us to salvation. That right there should give us the confidence we need. Let's go to even Psalms. I want to go to Psalms 91. Show you how Yahweh look out for his people. Because it's going to be a day when the wrath comes, the slain will be from one earth to the other. There's going to be a lot of bloodshed in that day. So Psalms 91, I want to start at verse 7. It says, 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. See that? Whatever wrath that comes to this earth, Yahweh is going to shield you from those things because you were faithful unto him. It says you will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you make the Most High your dwelling, even Yahweh, who is my refuge, then no harm will befall you. No disaster will come near your tent. For He will command his Malachim concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. And you will tread upon the lion and the cobra, and you will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because he loves me, says Yahweh, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. See that, Yisrael? That Yahweh loves his people. And when it comes down to it, he's going to save his people and show you that he's been on your side from the very beginning. Even if you don't think so right now, he's going to show his nation. He's been with them. And it says, I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my Yahshua. That's beautiful. That he's showing you that he's going to bring you out of something great that's coming upon this earth. And showing you, okay, you've been faithful. I shield you from the wrath. And then your faithfulness throughout your life, he's going to bring you to salvation. And you're going to be face to face with salvation and see his face in peace. That's the only way we're going to see his face in peace, is as long as we stay with him, Yisrael. Let's go to Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 25. Some of these things in the Torah should get to us in such a way that we don't want to mess up. Get to us in such a way we don't want to anger Almighty Yahweh, because these things coming to the earth, that's scary stuff. Those things coming to the earth ain't no joke. Yahweh anger. You want Yahweh's anger up against you? No, you don't want that. But let's go in Jeremiah 25 and show you how Yahweh is not playing. This is 25:30. It says, now prophesy all these words against them and say to them, Yahweh will roar from on high. He will thunder from his Kodesh dwelling and roar mightily against his land. Remember, Yisrael, Yahweh spoke. They ain't want Yahweh to speak directly to them because they feared. They got scared. They wanted Moshe to talk to them. See, that voice just shook the whole earth. And he will shout like those who tread the grapes. Shout against all who live on the earth. The tumult will resound to the earth, to the end of the earth. For Yahweh will bring charges against the nations. He will bring judgment on all man and put the wicked to the sword, declares Yahweh. This is what Yahweh Almighty says. Look, disaster is spreading from nation to nation. So nobody's going to get away. From one end of the earth to the other, he's going to get everyone. It says, this is the sad part. A mighty storm is rising from the ends of the earth. At that time, those slain by Yahweh will be everywhere. Can you imagine just seeing dead bodies everywhere? Just you had to step over all the dead bodies, and they will not be mourned or gathered up or buried, but will be like dung lying on the ground. You don't think that's scary times, Israel? I don't want to be part of that. I want Yahweh to save me, to secure me, so I don't be part of that he's coming to the earth with. And you all should have the same mindset to want to be shielded by Almighty Yahweh. But when we transgress, when we deliberately sin against Yahweh, that's what we asking for. Because Yahweh gives us plenty enough time to change our attitude. But time and time again, we don't want to change, or we change and then go back to the old ways. That's not what Yahweh is looking for. Let's go to even the book of Amos. More bad news. You want Yisrael, you want to be part of that remnant. If we are alive in that particular day and time, you want to be part of that remnant. Because Yahweh is not saving everybody in Yisrael. See, Yisrael thinks, okay, yes, just because we are Yisrael, Yahweh saving everybody. He's not saving everybody. Because everybody does not want to do his will. So Amos chapter 5. Y'all may have heard of this, but let's go through it again. Amos 5:3 says, the city that marches out 1,000 strong for Israel will have only 100 left. The town that marches out 100 strong will have only 10 left. 90% of the people, Israel. See, some of these scriptures in his Torah should, like I said, get our attention. Knowing, okay, 90% is not going to make it. That should be a pause right there, just so everybody can just imagine that. Everybody can just soak that in. Because that's a lot of people. He says judgment will start with the house of Yisrael. And what it's going to be like for those outside that don't want to do Yahweh's will. They got it coming too. But like I said, this right here is nothing to play with. Yahweh gives us plenty of visuals to show us, okay, you don't want to be in that. You don't want to be what's coming into this earth, Israel. Here's another one. Let's go to Yeshayah. Remind me of being in school and when they tell you look to the right, to the left, and some of your classmates, friends won't be here, they won't graduate. And then when you get to the end, that actually happened. Let's go to Yeshayah 33. I'm going to start at verse 13. It says, you who are far away, hear what I have done. You who are near, acknowledge my power. The sinners in Zion are terrified. Trembling grips the unrighteous. Who of us can dwell with consuming fire? Who of us can dwell with everlasting burning? Yeah, think about that too, Yisrael. See, that's that question right there. That's a serious question. Because, like I said, everybody ain't going to make it. And he poses the question, who among us will dwell with everlasting burning? Just burning forever and ever. Just because you did not want to hear Yahweh. But look, if you didn't know how to follow Yahweh, if you just by chance, okay, I just want to know what I have to do in order to please Yahweh. The next verse says, he who walks righteously and speak what is right, who rejects gain from extortion and keeps his hand from accepting bribes, who stops his ear against plots of murder and shuts his eyes against contemplating evil. This is the man who will dwell on the heights, whose refuge will be the mountain fortress. His bread will be supplied, and water will not fail him. And your eyes will see the king in his beauty, and view a land that stretches afar. That's your reward, Israel, just for following Almighty Yahweh. You get to see his face in peace and have a land of your own. That's what Yahweh intended from the beginning. He wanted you to have your own land, grow your own things, to be with Almighty Yahweh in such a way that you were connected with him and knew what he wanted. So you wasn't going to do anything evil or wicked. But like I said, that consists of what we had to be if we want to see Yahweh face in peace. And if we don't do these things, if we err and go contrary to those things, there it says, who among us will dwell with everlasting burning. So you had to look at that question, think about that, and ask yourself, am I living right? Am I doing the things that Almighty Yahweh commands? Let's go to Matthew 24. Like I said, Yahweh not going to just leave his people out and not know what to do when these days come. Yahweh gives his people signs. Yahweh gives his people discernment. Even, like I said, Yisrael, you are such a special people. You are his children. Even with the Torah, you see the man tampered with the Torah. He took different things out of the Torah, but he left things in here and could still save you. He give you that discernment to show you which things that are wrong in the Torah and which things are right. How they take the name out. He shows you. He opens your eyes to these things, Israel. But let's go to Matthew 24. I'm going to start at verse 29. Immediately after the distress of those days, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will fall from the sky, and the heavenly bodies will be shaken. And at that time, the sign of the Son of Man will appear in the sky, and all the nations of the earth will mourn. They will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of the sky with power and great honor. That's what he's going to do for you, Israel. He will send his Malachim with a loud trumpet call, and they will gather his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heavens to the other. And it says, now learn this lesson from the fig tree. As soon as its twigs get tender and its leaves come out, you know that summer is near. Even so, when you see all these things, you will know that it is near. Right at the door. See, he gives you these signs. So when you see these signs, you know the times are near. You know he's right at the door waiting. So don't lose hope. When you see these things coming to fruition, you should know and have confidence. Okay, Yahweh did say these things in the Torah, so it must be coming to an end. He must be coming to redeem us. And it says, I tell you the truth, this generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. See, all the things he says in this book, they have to come about. They have to come to fruition. He's not just filling this book with words just to fill it up. No. Every word of Yahweh is pure. It's Kodesh. So we have to pay attention to every word that he says. Let's go to Matthew 5. See what Yahshua HaMashiach says in Matthew 5. Matthew 5:17 says, do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. I tell you the truth, until heaven and earth disappears, not the smallest letter, not the least stroke of pen will by any means disappear from the Torah until everything is accomplished. Everything has to be accomplished in this book. So like I said, you can't jump over all the things that are coming into this earth and get to the tub things. Had to go through whatever is coming to the face of this earth. Anyone who breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches others to do the same will be called least in the kingdom of the heavens. But whoever practices and teaches these commands will be called great in the kingdom of Yahweh. For I tell you that unless your righteousness surpasses that of the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, you will certainly not enter the kingdom of heaven. And you know how the Pharisees, how they were, always getting on people, always trying to, like they came at Yahshua HaMashiach, try to see if he going to err in something. Always looking every little error in somebody, thinking that they were perfect. But can't be like that, Yisrael. We all first have to look within ourselves and get ourselves right before we can help anyone else. Let's go to Yeshayah. This is Isaiah 55. I'm going to start at verse 10. And it's going to say the same thing what we were just talking about in Matthew. 55:10 says, as the rain and the snow comes down from the Shemayim, and do not return to it without watering the earth and making it bud and flourish, so that it yields seed for the sower and bread for the eater, so is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me void, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. So, like I said, everything that Yahweh says is going to come about. Yahweh cannot lie. So if Yahweh says it, it's going to be. So if he says we have a time coming, as the elder or Zarkane talked about, time of Jacob's trouble, the series he was talking about, trying to show you all that we had to get ourselves ready for ordeal in this earth. We can't overlook the bad things in the Torah and want the good things all the time, or the tough things. Give me the tough things. How you gonna be prepared if you just hand the tough things all the time? No, you want to get yourself ready. You have to hear the tough and the bad things all together, the whole Torah. So these times, they might seem gloomy and depressing, but guess what? Yahweh is going to see you through all those things because you are his people. You are his children. He's not going to forsake you, Israel. And you're going to hear this time and time again, because a lot of times we get bogged down by the world, bogged down by different things Shaitan throw our way. But guess what? We have to go through these things in order to make it to salvation. And just know, this strengthens you also, just knowing you're not alone. Like Elijah, he thought he was alone. He wanted to give up. But Yahweh told him, you're not alone. You got 7,000 that didn't bend their knee to Baal. So you're not alone, Israel. Even with little of us here, there's more of us all around the world. And they're going through different things, similar things as you. So be encouraged and know, okay, just endure to the very end and you will be saved. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians. And also I want to say, don't it make it easier just to know the things that are coming your way, instead of, okay, just all of a sudden when it does happen, you being unaware of it? No, it's easier to know because you know it's coming and you can prepare yourself for it. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians 5. It says, now, brothers, about times and dates we do not need to write to you, For you know very well that the day of Yahweh will come like a thief in the night. While people are saying shalom and safety, destruction will come on them suddenly as labor pains on a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. See that they being surprised because they didn't know what Yahweh had in his Torah for them, to show you the terrible things coming onto the face of the earth. But it says, you, Yisrael, are not in darkness, so that this day should surprise you like a thief. See, because you already know. You already know before the world knows. So when these things do come, okay, Yahweh did show us these things. We will be prepared for it and survive. You are all sons of the light and sons of the day. We do not belong to the night or to the darkness. So then, let us not be like others who are asleep, but let us be alert and self-controlled. These people walking in the world, face of the earth, they walking like they're asleep, like zombies. Like, okay, they don't see these times coming. They just, like I said, just going day by day. Just, oh, well, it's just another day. But you yourselves, you are alert, you are aware, and know, okay, these days are coming. So we have to be prepared. It even says in one scripture, it says, the times are so evil that the prudent man keeps silent. See, the wise man, you like, okay, it's so much coming down in the face of this earth right now. You just quiet, you just silent, and just taking note of everything. Because you got to be alert of what's going on in that world, Yisrael. So, it says, for those who sleep at night, and those who get drunk at night. But since we belong to the day, let us be self-controlled, putting on the emunah and a hava as a breastplate, and the hope of salvation as a helmet. For Yahweh did not appoint us to suffer wrath, but to receive salvation through Yahshua HaMashiach. Highlight that verse. Underline it, whatever you have to do. Verse 9. Yahweh did not appoint us to suffer wrath, but to receive salvation through Yahshua HaMashiach. See that? Like I said, it's your destiny. Yahweh does not want harm to come to you. He gladly given you a free gift of salvation. We just have to want it. It says, he died for us so that whether we are awake or asleep, we may live together with him. That's all the more important with the Pesach and the Feast of Unleavened Bread coming up. Just to see how important this is, how he gave up his life, Yahshua HaMashiach, for the sins of the whole world. That's a serious time, Israel. And it says, therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as the fact you are doing. So you have to, like I said, you're not alone. We're in this together, and we have to continue to encourage one another, be there for one another. Because, like I said, we all are going to have to go through something in this way of life. So with us strengthening each other, we're going to make it. You have to have that outlook on things, Israel. You will make it. Like I said, you are overcomers. You're not going to fail this unless you transgress, unless you deliberately sin. Let's go to the book of Proverbs. I want to go to the book of Proverbs on this verse just to show that, man, he proud, man, he confident in the world right now, thinking, like I said, Yahweh's not coming to punish the earth. See, man thinks everything he does is what he's doing on his own. But Yahweh is allowing certain things to happen. Like I said, certain things have to take its course. But guess what? It's going to run out eventually. So Proverbs 19. Says 19:21. Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is Yahweh's purpose that prevails. Man may think they're getting away with different things. Man may think, oh, he's not going to be punished in Judgment Day. But at the end, it's going to be all Yahweh. Yahweh is going to punish the world the way he sees fit. Yahweh has to judge the whole earth, and he will prevail. Yahweh is not going to lose. And to show you how man's mind is, let's go to Micah. Micah chapter 2. It says, woe to those who plan iniquity, to those who plot evil on their beds. Best believe, Yisrael, yet these men out here in the world, that's all they do. They plot, they plan to see what they can do to destroy you. See what they can do to get over on you. Take all the things that you have. That's all they do. Night and day. Plot. At morning's light, they carry it out because it is in their power to do it. Now, Shaitan has power, Yisrael. Don't think Shaitan don't have no power. You see what's going on in this earth, but he doesn't have all power. The one that has all power is the one you serve, Yisrael. Now it says they covet fields and seize them, and houses and take them. They defraud a man of his home, a fellow man of his inheritance. See, you can't have nothing on this earth. They want to control everything you have. They want to take everything you have and leave you with nothing. But Yahweh don't work like that. That's why these things have to be reversed. In his kingdom, he's going to give you all things because you deserved it. So it says, therefore Yahweh says, I am planning disaster against this people. But they don't look at this part of the book. They rip this part out. They cover it. They don't read it. But it's in it. It says, I am planning disaster against this people from which you cannot save yourselves. So we can't say, okay, we're going to come out here and we're going to take down the nations. We're going to get back at them. No, we need Yahshua HaMashiach to come to this earth and take out the wicked. And it says, you will no longer walk proudly, for it will be a time of calamity. See, ain't no walking proud, boasting in that day. When Yahweh, Yahshua HaMashiach comes to this earth, let me see who's going to be able to stand up to him. Nobody. But like I said, he will be victorious in whatever he does. And it says Yahweh will avenge. So don't try to take revenge out and get back at the nations. Yahweh is going to avenge. And he's going to repay all that have done wickedness on this earth. He's not going to let anybody get back. Let's go to the book of Romans, and I'll soon be done. So like I was saying, Romans 12:19. Do not take revenge, my friends, but leave room for Yahweh's wrath. For it is written, it is mine to avenge. I will repay, says Yahweh. See? So because he is messed with his children. You don't think Yahweh is angry all the things they have done to his children? The apple of his eyes. They done many things to you on the face of this earth. Bloodshed throughout. From the beginning until up to now. And you don't think Yahweh taking note? When Yahweh, Yahshua HaMashiach comes to this earth, it's not going to be pretty at all. It's nothing but destruction. But they asked for it. They asked for it, so that's what Yahweh is going to give them. But like I said, we don't want to be on the angry side of Yahweh. We want to be on the side Yahweh is pleasing with, and he shields us from all those things. So let's go to my concluding scripture and show you how these times, we all know, you try to tell people time and time again, Yahweh's word, get right, straighten up, or you have to pay, but people don't listen to you. They think you just talking and they don't want to hear anything you have to say. So there's a time coming in Revelations 22. Revelations 22:10. Then he told me, do not seal up the words of the prophecy of this book, because the time is near. Let him who does wrong continue to do wrong. Let him who is vile continue to be vile. Let him who does right continue to do right. And let him who is Kodesh continue to be Kodesh. See that? There's a time coming where you just got to stop talking to certain people because they don't want to hear it. They not trying to change. So Yahweh says, okay, let them do what they do. You know, there's judgment day coming and they're going to have to pay for everything that they have done. So it says, verse 12, behold, I am coming soon. Yahshua HaMashiach. My reward is with me, and I will give to everyone according to what he has done. See, right now we don't have the reward. We don't have the tough things that are waiting. We have to wait it out. We have to endure it out. And at the end, it'll be well worth following this way of life. It says, I am Aleph and Tav, the first and last, the beginning and end. Baruch are those who wash their robes, that they may have the right to the tree of life and may go through the gates into the city. That's your right because you were faithful unto Yahweh to the very end. Yahweh was pleased to give you the kingdom. It says, but outside are the dogs, those who practice magic arts, those that fornicate, those murderers, idolaters, and everyone who harbors and practices falsehood. I, Yahshua HaMashiach, have sent my Malak to give you this testimony for the assembly. I am the root and the offspring of Dawid and the bright morning star. So Yisrael, he laid it out right there. He shows you, okay, let them be what they want to be. But you continue to strive. Like I said earlier, continue to follow the old path. Because he laid it out for Yisrael. All we had to do was walk there in it. And he shows you, if you continue in that path, you will get that reward. You will walk in that kingdom. But those that pay it no mind, those that don't want to hear Yahweh, don't want to keep his Torah, it says outside you will be. So it's plain and simple. The choice should be simple for Yisrael. But like I said, the title, this message, Yahweh has given Yisrael plenty enough, everything that they need in order to get or gain salvation. All we had to do is want it and walk in that way. Hallelujah. So on that note, I like to conclude this message. I want to continue to tell you all to just continue to strive to the very end. Never, never, ever give up. Never, ever go away from Almighty Yahweh, because we got some hard times coming. Think it's hard now? You haven't seen anything yet. Just wait. So, like I said, if we want to be saved from all these things, we have to be on the side of Almighty Yahweh. Hallelujah. At this time, I ask that we all stand as we go into prayer. Abba Yahweh, continue to look over us on this journey to salvation. Continue to show your people that this way of life is not hard at all. This way of life you want to follow in order to see salvation. Yahweh, show your people that transgressing, deliberately sinning, will lead to the burning lake of fire. And Yahweh, show them that the hard times that are coming on the face of this earth, show them that we must, show us all that we must come to you and cry out to you and pray to you, so you be there for us and answer our prayers. Yahweh, look over us this evening as we depart this house and go back to our dwellings, and see us through the roadways safely. And Yahweh, give us that rest on your Shabbat, so we will be rejuvenated in the morning and give you praise. In Yahshua HaMashiach's name we pray. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.